Hello, hello, hello. Hooligan Soccer Podcast coming at you. Champions League Special Edition, Match Week 6. With myself, Gary Stryker, and always the numerically literate Qooligan. How are you, Qooligan?
Numerically literate, but I cannot make things with my hands. Like I can't do a heart symbol with my hands. Literally, I'm blocked. But I am numerically literate, so I suppose that means something. Yes, I can count to 10 in quite a few languages, but that's not here or there. Probably as many languages as I can order a beer.
There we go. Well, that's, yeah.
There's a good number of those too, but so it goes.
It's amazing when you have an incentive. Human beings find a way to adapt and improvise, don't they?
Yes, especially when there's beer involved.
Efficient incentive, indeed.
Yes.
Okay, so it feels like been churning out a lot of episodes. We've had MLS, Premier League, and here we are talking Champions League. Game week 6, which is there. We are in the thick of the crucible. The holiday period is upon us. The game weeks are coming thick and fast, particularly for those English Premier League teams as well.
For the Premier League teams. Other leagues take breaks. Other leagues actually don't force their teams to play between Christmas and New Year's.
Yes.
There's quite a few that are either for religious reasons, weather reasons. Right?
Yes.
The entire Scandinavian leagues essentially stop.
Yes. Yeah.
And rightfully so in some cases. And so, yeah, it becomes, it's a thing.
There is, well, speaking of incentives, there is also a direct correlation to the amount of TV money revenue generated from the English teams versus the other leagues, because obviously they get paid
I don't
so much,
think that's
so
because they're playing between. I don't think it's just because they're playing extra games between Christmas and New Year's. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that correlation is not causation.
It is. You could say the same for the Bundesliga.
There are many other reasons why the Premier League makes more money than all the other leagues, and
during the holiday period when you're all sitting around the house and sort of fed up with your family, you can turn the sports on and watch it as well. So that is also a big part of it. It is, of course, I take your point, but it is there is a lot of money involved.
I mean, sure, but those 2 extra games aren't the difference between the way Ligue 1 is calculating their profits and the PremierGue. I'm sorry.
Who are in real trouble, by the way. Did you see that news that DAZN pulled out of they're sort of trying to renegotiate their contract as well? So it's not going to be easy for the French teams. Yeah.
No. I hate to say it, but I think the Premier League's ruining it for everybody. It really is
suffocating everyone else, right? They're suffocating it all for everyone.
It'll eventually, this will become a larger and more significant problem, and there will have to be some steps. There will probably be drastic steps to address it.
Well, we can see there's one that's already happened as well. Look at Apple with MLS as well, right? I know this is veering into a business of sports podcast all of a sudden, not a Champions League one, but then also as well, I saw that the Belgian league as well. Also, good. Paul Tony Bloom's having a terrible week with luck because they also got their TV deal pulled, didn't they?
Well, I mean, it's the Belgian league, and I'm not just trying to crap on Belgium, but the Belgian league does not have a tremendous amount of appeal.
Yes.
The Belgian league exists to train players to then be sold to other leagues.
It's a feeder league. It's a feeder league. Yeah,
it is a feeder league. It is the entire purpose behind, and dare I also say that the La Liga, 1 in Portugal is the same way. These are feeder leagues. They exist to provide an outlet for their local talent, but mainly to identify young talent, be able to bring them in, train them, and then move them on. I mean, his Tony Bloom's team in Belgium, in the few years that he has owned that club, have turned a substantial profit off of player sales. They have never had a year where they lost money, ever. And that's unusual, because most of the times you have to invest that money back in, but not necessarily in Belgium. Brighton certainly has never had a run like they have. Right? Was it Molenbeek?
Yeah.
That's Molenbeek, right? That's the club. No, sorry, USG. Excuse me.
USG.
Molenbeek.
USG,
Molenbeek is owned by Textor. My bad. I get my billionaire owners mixed up in my
billionaire.
head.
Yeah. Well, we do cover a lot of them as well. Yeah. USG, so and then the other team that he has, it's Hearts, isn't it? Yeah. It's Hearts.
Well,
as well,
he's only owned Hearts. Well, right? He's only owned Hearts for 5 months. And watch, I would not be surprised if Hearts might cut. If things go south, they're going to cut him quick. He's not in too deep. He's not in too deep. They can extricate themselves out from him and still be like, whoo, dodged a bullet there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into the games. Instead of going through all of the individual games, why don't we just pick a few interesting ones and sort of see which ones jump out?
I agree with that. And the only reason is because this seems to be, if I recall, match week 5 and match week 4 featured some true, absolute banger, big whale fixtures, right? Where you saw, as what we normally call, these would be finals in years previously. And that was the case. Not so much week 6. One of the weaker fixtures, fixture lists. Obviously all the big teams are playing.
Yeah.
But they're playing smaller sides, which means that aside from an upset, which could happen, it's mostly going to be, it should, on paper at least, be a lot of one-sided soccer.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's start off so Bayern Sporting. Bayern.
That's one.
Yeah, Bayern will just Sporting are not bad, right? They are not bad. Again, as we talk about feeder leagues, they have that. I was reading and watching some of the clips. Is it Quarenda? They have this 18-year-old winger that Chelsea have snapped up, and they're claiming he's the next big thing.
What, the next Esteval? Please.
The next
They're both 18. Relax, everybody.
He's the next Ronaldo, real Cristiano Ronaldo, having come from Sporting. But yeah, he scored twice in the last game week when Sporting played. I think they won 2-1, or did they win? They won 3-0 against Brugge.
He was quite scintillating. I will give him that.
Yeah. So he does. He looks quick and nimble as well. But I don't think he's going to be enough to get through that Bayern defense. Bayern are really, with their first loss last game week against Arsenal, which was also surprising. But
dare I say that will probably be their last loss for a while.
Probably, for a while.
I think it is so difficult in this sport particularly across all the different competitions to maintain a run of form that Bayern did. The fact that they went 19 games without a loss is an astounding achievement.
It's incredible.
So for them to stumble against arguably the strongest team in the Premier League right now is no shame.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't look particularly sharp doing it. They had some nice goals, but Arsenal just turned up the heat and melted them down. That will not faze Bayern in the least. They will. They're at home.
Yeah.
They're at home.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, welcome, Sporting. We are going to, it's going to could be an ugly game.
Yeah, it could be. But okay, so we'll expect that one to go. What else have we got? There's AS Monaco against Galatasaray.
Now this one intrigues me because just because of the insane turnaround that Galatasaray has managed to effect. They were, based on that first game, I was like, right, they're out. They were so bad. They looked so awful. Not anymore. A little bit of a shocker. How they've managed to come back and they're sitting in 14th now.
Yeah, they're in the mix, eh? Yeah,
they are in the mix. But wow. Quite a stunning turn of events. Truly.
Yeah, that would be there. And then other games, I know they have, is it Victor Osimhen as well? They have the Nigerian as well, who they're going to lose for AFCON, right? Because he's playing for them, isn't he? Yeah, is it Osimhen?
Osimhen will definitely start for
Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll have that. And then other fixtures, you've got Atalanta hosting Chelsea. Again, Chelsea, I fear when you have these sort of mid-table, lower-table teams, well, they don't seem to be as on it as they do for the big games, which they seem to have more confidence in. So this could be, Chelsea have been on a good run of form lately. I know they had that obviously shocking loss to Leeds, but they should
Well, and they lost their last one in the Champions League too. So you've got two teams, Atalanta and Chelsea, who are both coming off of their first loss in the Champions League.
Well, I'm going to stop you there, Qooligan. Which one? Chelsea didn't lose in the Champions League. They lost their first game, but they beat Barcelona 3-0, if you recall, in the last game week. They lost their first game to Bayern Munich.
My bad. My statistical thing is inverted. My apologies.
So Ajax are leading the group of the Champions League now? Is that what you're saying?
No. My wins and losses column, I'm reading it the wrong way. It's a left to right, right to left issue. I'm thinking that it's in Arabic and it's actually in Roman characters, so that's my bad.
Okay. All right. So now that we've been put you back on course, Barcelona are hosting Frankfurt. Barcelona, where the hell are they in the league? They're 18th. They're not in a good position.
They're not actually doing all that well.
They are not.
And their troubles could continue. Not that Frankfurt has been particularly strong. They haven't been. They're kind of miserable.
The defense is leaky as hell, isn't it? Yeah, they leak a lot of goals. Yeah.
As I've mentioned before, it is precisely when you come into these fixtures against teams that haven't been performing up to what their usual par is, that's when you're at your most dangerous. And Barcelona is, for lack of a better term, shaky right now.
Shaky at the back. Yeah, they are shaky at the back.
They've got injuries. There's just consistency issues. And so, I mean, I don't think there's a risk of them dropping into the relegation zone, but they're likely going to have to play 2 extra games unless they really turn something up. And I don't see them doing that.
Yeah, exactly. That is very true. I mean, and just looking at that as well, now that we can, looking at it, last season, you needed 16 points. 16 points guaranteed you top 8 points. So basically you'd need to get 16 points is kind of sort of the goal. Arsenal already there. They're looking pretty comfortable. So really with, sort of, what is this? It'll be 3 more game weeks. There's this one and then 2 more as well. You should be sort of comfortable. So 16 points should do it.
Right, for your top 8. But if you want to make it out of the relegation zone, you need much less, right?
It's definitely less, yeah.
And I think this season it could be even lower, possibly. Right.
Well, we've only have one other season. Yeah, it was 11 points, but even then, 11 points doesn't get you in. It's also then it goes down to goal difference as well. So so you need at least 11 points historically speaking from last season to get over there as well.
And we've already got 10 teams that are sitting on 10 or above.
Yeah.
So really, for them, they just need 1 more win, 2 more draws. They're probably feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
But all of these teams that are sitting down between 9 and 4 points for them, and even teams at 3 points, there's still a chance.
Yeah, they could still
make it. Benfica can still make it. Win out their next 3 games.
Yeah,
they could do it.
They could do it. Okay. Okay. Speaking of leaky defenses, this is going to be an interesting one. You have Inter Milan against Liverpool. You have Inter, who have a notoriously unleaky defense, who have only conceded 1 goal. Conceded 3 goals and lost one game. They did lose their first game in the Champions League, as we know, which was against Atletico, 2-1. And then Liverpool, who, I mean, speaking of Liverpool and leaky, I mean, again, their form wobbles are also spilling over. They lost 4-1 to PSV in the last game. 4-1.
Yeah, that was awful.
Jeez,
I mean, that was just awful.
Absolutely humiliated.
It was a terrible effort from them. And
Inter flying into
same scenario.
Well.
Same scenario though. Not going to be put in the relegation zone, but could be forced to play 2 extra games, which is not going to benefit Liverpool in the slightest. I mean, it's not really going to benefit any team, but when you think about how easily they cruised last year and were able to sort of saunter into their final fixture against PSV and essentially field 17-year-olds and take the licking, fine. They didn't care.
Yeah.
Still finished top. That's not even close. And sadly, they picked an extremely difficult draw for match week 6. Inter's, they've got the second best defense in the Champions League, right?
Last season's
with only 3 goals conceded.
Yeah, last season's finalist as well. So they are definitely.
I mean, ironically, the only other the top 3 teams defensively in the Champions League are Arsenal, Inter, and can you guess the third?
No. Top 3 defensively, Real.
Can you guess the third? Madrid? No, Newcastle.
No, holy shit! Look at that. Yes, Newcastle, 4 goals. Wow, Newcastle.
Gotcha.
Wow. Yeah, well done.
Right?
Well done. Yeah.
No, I mean it's one of the where I would have never ever in any universe picked Newcastle to have had the best defensive record. Now they're not scoring nearly enough for them, right?
Yeah.
They still have 11 goals to the plus, but most of those were in blowout wins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is good. It's good. This is the must watch game. I'm going to be watching that one like crazy. No, I think really if you're not a Golasso Show fan, as I know some of you are not, this is the one that you just put on so you can avoid Nico Cantor's commentary.
I will refrain from commenting, but I agree wholeheartedly with that last statement. Yes. PSV
I'm waiting to see whether Tottenham can fix its home woes, right? I mean, Slavia Praha's coming into town.
Yeah.
They're not a very strong side. You know, there's a handful of just fairly weak teams.
I will say though, Spurs' home form in the Champions League is a perfect record. They have played 2, won 2. So that doesn't seem to have spilled over on like their league form, which is interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've scored 5 goals and conceded.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I just can't. I mean, sure, they've done that in the Champions League, but okay.
Yeah.
I still think Praha can represent a challenge. They have a lot of draws, right? They have, they've got 3 draws. So they love drawing, and they do a lot, and they do most of it.
Praha 3 draws, no, 2 draws,
Slavia.
right? Yeah, 2 draws.
Slavia.
Yeah, no, 2 draws, 1 loss and a draw. They lost to Arsenal 3-0, and then the last game they drew against Athletic Club. Your statistics are deceiving you, I think, once again. Okay, let's push on through.
Slavia Praha have 3 draws and 2 losses, 3 points.
You are absolutely right. Sorry, I was still looking at the home form. Yes, at home form. Well done. Okay. Touche. 1-1 in the fuck-ups in the statistical fuck-up department as well. Let's take this to penalties. USG against Marseille. I was in love with this Marseille project, and they did seem to be interesting, but they're not that compelling to watch, I have to say. They are not that exciting to watch.
No, they're not. No, they're and neither is USG.
USG, Tony Bloom's Belgian.
They're sitting on the exact same form.
Yeah.
Marseille's 21st, USG's 25th. They're on the exact same form. The only thing that keeps them that far apart is the goal differential.
Yes.
Marseille actually have a +2 and USG have a whopping -7. So therefore,
it's goals
for either team though. This is an interesting fix. I mean, if you get into like these sort of mid-table, slightly minnowish sides, this is the game, probably the most important game that either team will play in 2025. And certainly within the Champions League. Because the winner of this game suddenly gets breathing room. The loser is in desperation scramble mode.
Yeah.
So this one matters. And I think both sides will be committed into this. Will it be a pretty game? No, not really.
It will be a scrap.
But it could be an exciting game.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of excitement, you are an Ajax fan, but yet I have never heard a fan of their team hate on their team so much, and I can understand why.
Because
5 games, 5 losses.
They suck
5
right
games,
now.
5 losses.
I don't care. I could be a fan for anything, but when I smell Dookie, I call Dookie. And there's Dookie in Ajax's cleats.
They are.
They're not good.
And they're playing. They're just lacking confidence. They just don't seem to be there. And they're playing against Karabag.
In Azerbaijan.
Yeah, as well. And it's the early fixture as well. So they've got to schlep all the way to Eastern Europe and go and
it's gonna be cold as hell.
Yeah,
Azerbaijan in December is brutal. It is not fun.
It's not the Maldives, is it? Azerbaijan.
I mean, it's not even Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Which is rainy and wet, but not nearly as cold and dry as Qarabağ is.
Yeah,
My
that is
God,
true.
man.
That is true. Yeah.
Or as Baku is, excuse me.
Yeah, but Baku is a beautiful city. Not that I've been there, but looking from the Formula One, it does look to be a very enchanting city. But I agree, in the winter, it does.
Let's just say that money buys a lot of pretty buildings.
It does. It does. Money
can buy a lot of shiny buildings.
Oil money does do that to a lot of
Just look beyond the shiny buildings to the places outside the Baku, and you'll understand that it can be a little rough around the edges. But here's the thing: for Qarabağ, you got an opportunity to defeat one of Europe's club royalty. That because I do think Ajax they still are worthy of that title.
They've won the Champions League, so that definition they are
absolutely
royalty. Yes.
They are UEFA royalty in terms of club appeal. And Qarabağ, if they can take them down, not only do they get to take them down, that puts them on 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, they're sitting really, really close to safety. So
yeah,
it's going to be it's going to be a little crazy inside the Tofik Bakramov Stadium.
Look at this. Ajax have only scored 1 goal in 5 games in the Champions League.
I mean, please, no. It's just, and I'm going to reiterate, suck dookie. There it is.
As if to say, and who would have thought it, with Wout Weghorst up and leading your front line as well? I am shocked. I am shocked that they've only scored 1 goal.
Man. I've never been a Wout fan.
That was the sort of the subliminal joke there as well. Yes, I know.
I get it, but terrible.
Yeah.
Moving on.
PSG, second place PSG host. No, they don't. They go to Athletic Club, so they'll be going to Bilbao as well. They're traveling to Bilbao to the northern coast of Spain. Hopefully they will go and have some delicious pinchas.
Yeah, should not be a problem for them.
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem for PSG as well. Pretty comfortable as well, having also only lost 1 in this.
You've got a true relegation battle as well at the same time as Qarabağ Ajax with Villarreal play Copenhagen.
Yeah,
they're 2 teams that are both sitting inside. And again, just like I said with USG and Marseille, this is the same deal. Yeah. This is a do or die game for both these teams. A win suddenly gives you a chance. A loss and you're doomed, especially Villarreal. They've got 4 losses already, a 5th loss, and they're done. Yeah, There's no way they're going to climb this. There's no way they're going to climb out of this. So,
yep, that is true.
Yeah.
And then also, what other interesting games were? Benfica, Napoli. Napoli are just absolutely destroying the Italian league. I don't know if you saw Scott McTominay again won MVP Player of the Year for Serie A. So he has been just absolutely fantastic.
How are they doing Player of the Year already? Wouldn't it be Player of the Month?
No, because it's the end of the year. It's December, so they do it on a actual calendar rather than a seasonal.
They actually do it on a calendar basis.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Sense. Yeah.
There you go. That's logical.
It's December. This is the 12th month, Qooligan.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So, Napoli looking really good in Italy, but for some reason, they're just a little spotty, I have to say. I mean, look at that. 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. And they've lost to, who have they lost to? They lost to Man City, so that's fair. But then they lost 6-2 to PSV Eindhoven. PSV Eindhoven have been smashing some teams. What the hell is going on at PSV, smashing Liverpool and Napoli?
It's a great question, actually. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer for you. I cannot explain that resurgence, but good on them. I mean, let's see how they. I mean, they're actually hosting Simeone and company.
Atletico, there's
on Tuesday,
Atletico.
So it'll be. That should be actually that we probably should have mentioned that one as a decent fixture to watch.
Well, that's it.
It should be spicy.
Yeah, think about that. PSV have only won 2 games, and they've both come against their sort of relevant domestic champions, right? So in Liverpool and Napoli, both champions, which has been interesting. Okay, what other games we've got? Club Brugge against Arsenal, with the form Arsenal are on as well. I mean, it's Arsenal
are in trouble, and this is not going to help them.
Arsenal have conceded 1 goal in the Champions League, right? And on top of that, 4 in the Premier League as well. They've conceded 5 goals all season.
I know. That
is astounding. That is absolutely astounding.
5 goals in 19 games. I put that in pretty damn good category.
There's got to be some record. The only thing I can think of is that Chelsea team when Mourinho went through a whole season only conceding, I think it was like 19 goals in a whole season as well. They're on track to better that by the looks of it.
They are well on track to actually
destroy that.
To destroy that record.
Yeah. I mean, even if they go at that rate, they'll be 15, right? If they play 3 times, if they play the third of the way, they'll be up to 15. Wow. Okay, Juve against Paphos. Juve also Champions League royalty, but just buttering as well. They have not looked too good.
Look at where they are on the table.
Right? Yeah, I know. Only one win.
This is a surprising one. You've got
3
Juventus,
draws,
and you look at this and you go, "Oh yeah, Juventus should have no problem." Paphos is a debutante minnow team. They are literally the smallest stadium in the Champions League, in probably one of the smallest leagues, one of the smallest clubs, and they're playing as if they were 3 or 4x bigger than they are. Their hearts are not measured by the amount of people they get into the stadium. I'll tell you that.
That is true.
They have a lot. They field a lot of expats, a lot of cast-offs.
David Luiz plays for them, doesn't they? David Luiz plays for them. He scored an amazing header for the last game week. I remember that. Yes, he did.
He did. And this Paphos team are sitting in 24th. They have 6 points. If they can pull a shock, I mean, they're in the exact same
thing. There's no reason why they can't get it Juventus.
Yeah.
Let's go.
A win, 1 win, 3 draws, and a tie. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes in for yet another draw.
Yeah, it's Paphos will take this
if
all
I
day
was
long.
If I was a betting man, I'd be like, yeah, Paphos, give them a draw. Why not?
If Paphos get through to the knockout phase as well, that's 2 extra games, extra TV money, and an opportunity to go into the playoffs. Right? It's
they can afford to get David Luiz a haircut.
Well, it's going bold. He's actually looking quite bold as well. You'd be surprised when he scored that header as well, which is a shame because that was good.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that reminder. Right, there you go.
All right, let's wrap this up. One final game. Real Madrid are hosting Man City. This has got to be
this is
fixture.
it. This is the other one. This is like the other. If you were talking about banger fixtures, this is the one right here. What a gem! What a gem this is going to be.
This is going to be Xavi Alonso against Pep Guardiola.
I mean, you could take any handful of players and say it's blank versus blank, or it's X versus Y, or it's G versus A. It doesn't
versus
matter.
Haaland as well. And we saw look at this, and then with the World Cup draws today, we saw that France are in the same group as Norway as well. So Haaland and Mbappe are going to be facing up against each other as well.
They will.
Trent,
Trent is out. Yeah, we know he's
he'll
be out for 2 months. Oh yeah,
he's out for 2 months as well. Okay, that's it. He did get a good assist at the weekend to Mbappe. I don't know if you saw that. He's one of those classic
he's not gonna. In fact, there's a lot of speculation that he won't even make the England squad as a result of this because he'll be his recovery is supposed to take a while.
Well, it's recovery and also Reece James as well. If Reece James stays fit, he's going to be the sort of the preferred right back.
I mean, I would agree with that. And certainly, if you're looking at current form, Reece James is orders of magnitude higher than Trent is at this moment. And not just because of injury. Yeah. But no, I mean, Real versus Man City. This is such a beautiful, again, this is a final. It's a final that's being played in the group stage. You're welcome, everybody. It's because it's going to be fun. It's going to be
so beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. It really is.
I'm excited.
Wonderful. So you'll be watching the Golazo show on on the Tuesday, and then watching the Real City games directly on the Wednesday?
No, I usually watch the Golazo. I usually watch the Golazo because it's as much as I like studying one game in particular.
There's so much going on.
I usually just Golazo it because I also don't have an issue with Nico Cantora like you do. I'm not his biggest fan, but I don't hate him. You hate him.
I wouldn't say hate. That's a strong word as well. I just find him rather annoying and irritating as well. I'm sure as he probably likes and subscribes. Okay, I think that's a wonderful end, and the AI clip will find that as well, and that will be spread all across the internet of you basically saying, you accuse me of hating.
Note the pauses; they matter.
In my defense, I do like Nigel Reo-Coker. I do find him quite entertaining. Anyway, Qooligan. 6-7. 6-7. Okay. All right. Qooligan. Well, as always, another episode. We will be back. There's more Premier League coming up, and there's just so much going on. So so it's like, follow, subscribe, the usual stuff. Hooligan-Soccer. Until next time, enjoy.
Peace.